Hello everyone, David here. If you've been watching my channel recently, you'll know that I've done a few videos about the Line 6 HX Stomp. I think it's a really great bit of kit, you get a lot of value for money, and it's a really good guitar amp simulator. And I've also been using it live. I've put it on my FX pedal board and taken it to gigs. Now, one thing I've been wondering about this is, can I plug in not just my guitar, but also my microphone to the HX Stomp and actually have it work properly? And the answer is yes, but you do need a bit of extra kit. You want to go out and get one of these, which is a microphone impedance matching transformer. This is the Audix T50K, I'll leave the link in the description, but the main idea is that you plug in your microphone there, and that's a low impedance input, something in the realm of hundreds of ohms, which is typical for a microphone, and it converts it to a signal which is compatible with the HX Stomp, which is expecting something like tens of thousands of ohms. So quite important to have this so that it sounds right and doesn't blow up your hardware as well. And once you get it all connected, you then have some pretty cool options. You could either split the channels so that you get one channel of guitar and one channel of the microphone, which you could feed both to a sound engineer, or record if you were using it as a USB interface on your computer. Or you could mix them together and send them as a single signal to your sound engineer at the back of the room to make his life a little bit easier during gigs. So let's get into it. I'll show you how to make the patch and how to connect up all the hardware. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, the connection itself. So this is my pedal board. You may recognize it from previous videos. And my guitar is going into the left mono input back here. What I'm going to do is plug the microphone essentially into the right input. So that's the one right next to it. And then this gives me an XLR plug. So find an XLR cable for your microphone and then connect those two together. Pretty hard to do it one-handed. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a cut. Okay, so that's now connected. We've got the guitar input coming in through the pedal board, going into the left mono input, and then the microphone now connected to the right input. And what we want to do now is edit our patch. This is kind of my main distorted sound. It's like a pretty typical sort of Marshall JCM sort of distorted sound, and it's a single signal path. Guitar comes in, it kind of assumes it's mono actually, and then just pipes it through to the same sort of mono output. It would work with a stereo signal, and in fact if we actually sung something into the microphone now, it would think it is a stereo guitar signal coming in, but it would process the microphone as if it was guitar, and that's not what we want. So the very first thing we're going to do is just save this patch somewhere else so we don't overwrite our main one, and to do that you double click both of these buttons. And then I won't bother renaming it right now, but you should do that really, just sort of add something at the end, or I don't know. And we are going to save it over, it's called 38B, and then press save. So now we've got a copy of the patch, so we can mess around with it without modifying the original one. And what we want to do is actually create a second signal path. So at the moment we're only using path A, and we want to create path B, and we're going to do that by just making a block. And the block we want to make is actually a preamp for the mic. So we'll scroll down to preamp and then select that, and we want mic and Studio Tube pre. And then that is now created on path A, and we want to just move that by going action, and then we'll just move that onto path B by scrolling it down there. And then we'll just save that, so we've got some saved progress already. So we've now created a second path. So we've got path A, which is going to be the guitar, and path B, which is going to take care of the microphone. But at the moment, they're still coming in as a stereo signal into the input, and then being both split into both channels. So let's now split path the left input into path A and the right input into path B, and we do that with these two controls here. So from the preamp block that we've just created, just scroll left one to go to the split Y, and we want balance A to be 100% left and balance B to be 100% right. Cool. And then go into the preamp as well, and you probably will want to add a bit of gain so that you can hear yourself, because I've found it still comes through quite quietly. And then if you page, you can also affect the level and sensitivity. We definitely want to keep as mic and not line. And then at the end is where it gets mixed together. So now currently we've got the guitar coming in, being split onto channel A, being processed as the guitar channel, and then the microphone being split onto path B, given a preamp so it gets louder, sort of comparative to the guitar, and then they get mixed down together at the end. And here's where you want to decide, do you want everything to go out sort of mixed together? If you wanted to take just one output coming out and plug that into a mixing desk, or do you want to split them so you still have a definite left channel for the guitar and right channel for the mic? If you want to mix them together, then just leave it as it is and make sure you've set your gain correctly so the amount of microphone and guitar is right. Otherwise, you can split the channel here as well. So where it says A pan, we want to set that to hard left, so left 100. And then for B pan, we want to set to being right 100. And that now splits the channels. Like I said, if you wanted to mix them together, just leave them as it is. But if you want to separate them, that's the way to do it. And then if we save that, we now have a patch that will split our guitar and microphone, amplify the microphone, and then split them out at the end. Okay, so if you're looking at using this only for rehearsals or playing live, then you're kind of covered already. You've got everything you need with the patch, and then just output it wherever you want. However, if you were doing recording and you wanted to record both channels separately, let's dig into that a little bit more now. And yes, this is my microphone masking taped to a camera tripod. I'm in lockdown and I don't have access to all my equipment, so please don't judge me. Or if you do judge me, don't leave a comment. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to use Studio One, which I think is a great DAW, and we are going to add a couple of tracks, one to record each channel. So one for the left channel and one for the right. And if I turn on input monitoring for both, hello 1 2 3 1 2, I am getting just the microphone in the left channel and hopefully, yeah, lots of guitar in the right channel. So let's do a recording and just make sure that each instrument is being recorded in its own channel. Okay, let's check that they are both recorded correctly. Okay, so that is how to use your HX Stomp with both guitar and mic at the same time. You can see it's like really versatile, and I suspect there's even more things you can do with this little box of tricks. I'll make the patch available, so you'll find a link to that in the description, and also a link to that audio cable, the Audix T50K, although I think there are probably other cheaper brand options available if you want to try those as well. Okay, I hope this video was useful. If so, then please leave me a like down below, and you can help me out by subscribing to my channel as well. Okay, see you next time.